Hey, what's going on, YouTube? It's me, B. Some people call me Hollywood, which is where you get the Hollywood B from. Just wanted to give a kind of a formal introduction. Me, the Yellow Jacket. There's gonna be a couple other not videos, couple other cars, so to speak. Um, One of them, let me show you. I'm actually getting ready to throw this on there. So yes, the other car is a Scat Pack. Um, But no, man, I just kind of wanted to, like I say, introduce myself. My videos are coming through a little slow right now. I'm going through some issues with just me not being a mechanic. Doing all this stuff myself. Just kind of, I started watching stuff on TV, and after watching stuff on TV, it gave me the gusto to go out there and kind of do it myself. So, um, quick little rundown as to how we got where we are today. Um, I decided to stop working for someone else, for another company anyway, back in January of 2019. So uh, I had had some money saved up. I had my dream vehicle that I, been obviously a dream vehicle. Been wanting it for a real long time, real long time. So when I stopped working, come to find out, I had enough money saved up. I was just playing around, just looking at the prices of the vehicle that I had, that that we're talking about anyway, which is the Yellow Jacket. Um, I've been following it for years and years and years, and finally I looked and I found one that was in my price range that wasn't all beat up or something like that. That I wasn't just gonna have to start from rock bottom, nothing to make it something. So I wound up driving from Maryland all the way down to, don't beat me up if I say this wrong, but Alpharetta, Georgia. I bought the truck from down there. The dealer down there was, I mean, top notch. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and give him a quick shout out. I still left the thing on the truck because it's a JRS Auto Buyers, and that's down in Georgia. But yeah, man, I just really, I really like the service and everything that I was receiving, and he, like I said, he just kind of looked out for me. I didn't go through a whole bunch of problems and stuff like that that you would normally go through when you buy a vehicle from out of state. Oh, excuse me, sorry about that. But to keep this going, so got the winded up driving down, got the vehicle. I was so excited to have the vehicle, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't even test drive the thing, man. I just hopped in it, signed, looked at it, started it up, listened to it real good, and I was just like, I want it. I signed all the paperwork, you know, um, gave the guy the check, and hopped in it. My test drive was my ride home, hundreds of miles, from Georgia back to Maryland. So it was that was interesting, and I didn't even realize I made that mistake and did that until I got home. I was like, you know what? I didn't even test drive the vehicle. It's like, man, it's crazy. I'll never do that again. And this is coming from somebody who was a salesman. I sold cars for a couple years, so I know better than that, right? So here now, let's see. I said January, got back home. Um, I said I had some money stacked up. I'm super ecstatic. So the first thing I did was I was like, man, I already know the vehicle. So Yellow Jacket is the vehicle, and I knew it already had the 5.7 Hemi in it. So I just started, I started doing some research and things like that online. And in my time of being home, because I stopped working, I found Motor Trend. Winded up watching Motor Trend, man. Like my TV just stayed on Motor Trend. So Junkyard Empire caught my attention because they were here in Maryland. So it was like, wow, I'm used to seeing stuff from out like West Coast or Midwest, stuff like that, or up in New York somewhere, but nothing ever from here. Um, uh, Watching that show showed me some things. Then Hot Rod Garage, um, uh, I, uh, dang man, Overhauling, Garage Squad, like all them shows, man. I started watching them. Roadkill, really, man. Just showed me like it's not as hard. Like, yeah, there's the right way and the wrong way to do things, but there's things you could do to kind of get by too. It's not as hard as people may think it is to work on cars and things like that. But don't get me wrong, I know that there's some stuff that takes a real tech, But I'm just saying, don't be afraid. Like, I mean, I was nervous, I just didn't have it in me. I was just too afraid to mess something up. Um, but like I said, just watching those shows, man, and seeing them guys do it, I was like, man, if they could do it, I mean, I could do it. And roadkill. Them guys was doing it on the side of the road. So, all right, let me get back. I'm kind of running off. Sorry about that, y'all. So let me tell you. So first thing I did when I got the truck. First thing I did was I went out. Somebody told me, man, if you just get you a cam and a tune, man, you be set, man. That thing will be right. It's like, all right, cool. So that was my plan. Do that. Get the truck, get a cam, get a tune. So got the truck. Next was get the cam. I ordered a cam. I ordered a Stage 2 HRT cam from Comp Cams. And I ordered the kit. So it came with the springs, push rods. I actually have the Hellcat lifters. And of course, it came with the cam itself. And then after ordering that, I went to my local parts store here and got me a K&N intake. So got the intake. That was something easy. I threw that on myself. Bam, bam, bam. I was happy about that. And then the same person told me that I needed a tune. So I was like, all right, cool. I'll give me a tune. So I didn't know no better. I wanted to be different. Go, not use what everybody else was using, which was like Diablo and stuff like that. So I said, man, I'm gonna do something different. So when I do, when my truck is faster than everybody else's, they're gonna be like, man, what you got? All this stuff. That was my logic, the way I was thinking anyway. So I winded up buying this. As you can see out there, it's kind of the disappointment in my face, but I wound up buying this, which is the Bully Dog G2. So I just knew I was set. All I had to do was find me a tuner, and I was gonna be, square. So I finally got enough in me to remember. Like I said, I'm not a mechanic. Like, I literally am not a mechanic. The only thing I know, I can change my own brakes. I can do an oil change. Just uh, the normal maintenance type stuff. I can do an oil change my spark plugs, wires, that type of stuff. Air filter, the stuff that's not really all that intricate like that. Well, I'm gonna tell you, man, I jumped into it. I got a video on there, on here, where you can see where I got the heads off and everything, man. I just was, the cam came and I called around to some shops, and I was getting a little discouraged because of the prices they were throwing out there and everything. I called this one place, they told me like 3-4 grand, and I just didn't have that type of money. I ain't no, man. I'm not no baller, nothing like that. I'm just a regular old dude, man. I had just a regular old job, doing regular old stuff. So, excuse me, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm actually putting a tune on as we speak. Actually putting a tune on as we speak right now. Because the battery died, so I wasn't sure if I needed to reload the tune or what. So I'm going through all that right now, and I'm just wasting time talking to y'all. Like I said, just letting you know kind of the trials and ups and downs that I've been going through. So I got I got the Bully Dog GT, and I just knew I was set. Hooked up with a tuner, found a tuner I wanted to go with. Let him know what I had. He was like, okay. Um, I'll tell you, man. I put the cam in. Let me go back. So I put the cam in, and I went through some. Whew, I went through some stuff putting that cam in. Um, the job itself was easy, but because I'm not a mechanic, there was some things that I put myself through. Like I took everything apart in the midst of putting in the cam. I winded up breaking the timing chain tensioner, so I had to replace that. So I replaced the timing chain tensioner, put everything together, and started it up, and it was loud. Tick 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 tick. I just thought I had messed something up. I was like, man, something's not right. Um, and it got to the point where it wouldn't even turn over, so I just didn't know. I called my cousin who's a mechanic. He said, man, I'm gonna come out there, I'll come check you out. Maybe you got your timing off. So finally he comes out, and I tore it back apart. This, so now I tore it apart initially. Now this would be the second time I tore it apart, so that when he came, we could make sure the timing was right. So he wanted me to make sure I had it right by the time I had it done by the time he got here. So all he had to do was really look at it because he was kind of busy at the time. Um, so he wound up coming. We set it. We even marked it this time because it didn't have marks. Plus the new tensioner I put on there and stuff like that. So we put new marks on it and all. It did have the dots. I'm sorry, but we actually used um, color marking, where we got a white mark so you can see it a little bit better, even if it got all dirty or something like that. You never know, right? Uh, so after that, still really wasn't working right. So then I wound up. I got with the tuner. So it was like, oh no, with that cam, you definitely need a tuner. Then I read my paperwork. Paperwork said with this cam, you definitely 100% have to have a tuner. So it's like, all right, cool. Um, so got with the tuner, gave him the information from the little computer that I had, the bully dog. All of a sudden, he's like, hey man, you sure you gave me the right information? Because this is coming up that you can't program this device. I was like, no. Yes, I gave you the right info. So he said, hey, just go ahead and give them a call then and see what's going on. So I get in contact with Bully Dog. And Bully Dog says, yeah, you have the California one, so you can't tune it. I mean, you can't program it. It's not a programmable tuner. Well, I bought it in Maryland. Why would y'all be selling the non-programmable tuner in Maryland? All right, hold on, sorry, but it's not even on the packaging. So I looked, and you guys could do this too. You could look at the packaging between the two, between the California one that's programmable and the non-programmable one. They're identical. They look the same. Everything, the packaging, outside, behind, back, everything is the same. It just states that California, you can't blah 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 blah, just like everything else, because from what I hear, California, like the emissions is completely uh, off the charts compared to like a lot of other states. So with that being said, man, I called them. I let them know, like, hey, so is there a way you guys can send me? I just spent $400 on this thing. Is there any way I can return this? You guys could send me the correct one. They basically said they would reflash the one that I had. I said, all right, cool. So then the guy goes ahead, and this is not a fast process either. This is days and days going by. And finally, they get back to me and they let me know that basically they didn't work with me. They didn't flash it. They weren't gonna. This was not the right programmer, period, at all. Like, I cannot use it. There's no way they weren't even going to flash it or anything. It's like it was just not even compatible. But they made it look like it was. They said it was. They threw everything out there. Everything was that you read said, hey, you good to go. So now I got this thing. I do still use it for is it DTCs? Where you can turn on and off the codes, turn off the check engine light, things like that. It's still good for that. So I just use it for I got another RAM that I use for audio and stuff like that. That's gonna be my audio, my bass truck. Be that one. That's her right there. So give y'all a quick little look at her. I did the paint and everything on her myself as well. Again, I'm not a mechanic. You see the hood's kind of up a little bit on it. And it, like I said, the battery's been weak. And somehow, I don't let the batteries get low in both the daggone trucks. But, yep, that is her. So, alright, yeah. So back to where I left off. The bully dog tuner. So that wasn't working. So my tuner, he understood, and he did everything he could. He worked with me. He hooked me up with he gave me some information for a guy that works up at Bully Dog that he knew, and everything was like, hey, get with him. He'll probably be able to help you out. So I got with him, and that's how I found out that in the end that I had really just wasted $400, and there was nothing that I could do. And then I've had this thing now for over the time period that I could take it back to where I purchased it from, which is a whole nother thing. I'll never purchase from there again, Pet Boys. They gave me the runaround and a whole bunch of other stuff too. Then let's see what happened next. Oh, so my tuner winds up hooking me up with the guy. The guy does everything he could. He was like, man, I'm sorry, it's nothing we could do. I checked everything out. He did some behind the scenes stuff, I guess, tried to program it for me, even though he wasn't supposed to. And it still didn't work. So I got back with my tuner, let him know that the guy he hooked me up with wasn't able to do anything. And man, I can't even tell you what he did for me, because I don't know if he want me to put it out there like that, but he looked out for me. And I wound up with the correct device that will work. I don't know if y'all just heard that doo 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 doo, but this device, this is the current device that I have right now, which, like I said, man, he hooked me up. Like I don't even, I can't thank him enough, which is really cool. I mean, I paid for it. Don't think he gave it to me for free. I paid for it, but he just really looked out for me. He helped me out a lot. He went above and beyond. So when I do drop his name, when all of this is done, hey, y'all go check him out. I'm telling you. Good dude, man. Real good dude. And he will break his neck to, stay and make sure things get done. Just like I hear the same good things about Mr. J Green too. So going back and forth, all that stuff, he finally got me this tuner, this programmer here. Gets me a tune, load it in, boom, starts up. I'm like, yes, I'm happy. I'm ecstatic now, man. It started, but it's like the idle's up and down. And it's like, after a while, it finally cuts off, stuff like that. So it's just a matter of me going through the long process. I don't have any way to send him data right now at all. So I feel like I'm making it almost impossible for him to finally get things in line for me where I could drive it. Keep in mind, it is now January. I haven't driven this truck. It's been down since February. February of 2019 is when I first started tearing the engine apart. It is now January. I said 2019. I'm sorry. February of 2020. And it is now January of 21. You know what I'm saying? So, just been, man, a lot of up and down it's been really an emotional process because, like I said, this is my dream vehicle. So having my dream vehicle down for a year and I have it and I own it sucks. And what really made me want to do all this adding power and all that stuff, man, I started watching Street Outlaws and get really got hooked into like JJ the Boss and how tight, they a tight knit family and stuff like that. And that's how my family is. And I want to kind of do the same thing. In the end, that's just to be real with y'all. That's what I want. I eventually want to have this truck built up and it be in the outlaw class, and I get to run with them guys. I want to go professional with it. I'm telling you, my reaction time, tree, all that, I am on point. It's just a matter of me finally getting out there, and this process has just been so long and crazy. So I wanted to make this video really. It's heck 20 minutes now. I wanted to make this video really because I wanted to show other people that's probably going through the same ups and downs. That it is a headache, it is hard, it is a lot of ups and downs, but just keep going, keep going, keep going. You will reach that end result that you want. You just can't give up. All right, so back. So I got the programmer and the tuner, the SCT one that I just showed y'all. Got that, and I just been working from there. But in the midst of doing that, man, I've done a lot of things that I shouldn't have. Like I blew out my radiator because in the midst, I ain't had. So let me just tell you this: I got the cam and stuff, and once I put the cam in, I had to wait a long time because I had to wait till I really had the money to purchase the coolant, and to make sure that I had the money to before I tightened everything up and wrapped it all up, that I had the money to get all of the gaskets and things like that I would need. So yeah, like I said, it's just been a process. A lot of ups and downs, and I've broken things in the midst of trying to do stuff. So like I said, I didn't really have coolant, so I went and bought I got like 2 things of coolant. I just wanted to start it up. I just pressed to hear it. I was like, man, I want to hear it lope, right? Had like maybe a gallon or so of coolant in the thing, started it up. That thing started running. It sounded so good. I got so excited, so happy. And what ended up happening was, I guess the pressure built up inside. It created steam, and I blew out my stock radiator, which it's cool. I mean, I'm blown I did it because that's more money. So then I had to stop, tell my tuner like, hey, I can't do nothing right now. I blew out my radiator. Can you wait? So it took me like another bit of time to have the extra money that aside that I could use to go out and buy a radiator. So I will show you guys what I did buy. So you can see. Boom. That's what I got. I wanted to buy an all aluminum radiator because I feel like it will hold better. There's the K&N. And then everything else is basically, stopped for now. So put this back down. Washy. So yeah, man. That's basically where I'm at right now. I done held y'all up for almost 30 minutes. I guess I'll try to tell y'all the next thing is gonna be headers. I found some headers that I like that I'm gonna throw on here. But man, I'm just really anxious to get this thing on the road. I still haven't really gotten it on the road. Like I said, the battery keeps dying. I just been really nervous because, again, I'm not a mechanic. I don't have money like that to just be throwing at parts and then me breaking something because of my lack of knowledge. And I know a lot of people are probably like, hey man, just don't do it yourself. Take it to a shop, But again, I don't have money like that. And I want to get into this, and it's better for me to learn it. It's just a learning process. This is how I learn, so hopefully I don't get a whole bunch of annoying comments. You should have did this, you should have did that, and this and this and this and this and this. I mean, hey, I'm doing it, and if you don't like the way I'm doing it, you ain't gotta watch my videos. That's how I look at it. Find somebody else to watch that you do like how they do it, or do it, then what you doing, something like that. But either way, I'm always normally a positive person, stuff like that. So um, this is basically the where I'm at now. Is I told you I can't really send him any data logs for what's happening, so he's blindly trying to tune based off of what I'm telling him is happening, which is not really working out. So what did I do? I bought HP Tune. Bought HP Tune. Got it. I got two laptops here and a desktop. Downloaded all the programs, everything on all the computers. Tried it. It wasn't working, man. I couldn't get it to sync up. It would not sync. It would not sync. It would not sync. So, and because of COVID right now, I tried to call. You can't get through to nobody. You can only email back and forth with them. I tried all the troubleshooting. I looked online on the forums, all this stuff. Nothing is working. So now, here we go again. I spent money on a tuner, and I can't use it because it's not working. For some reason, it's just not working. So just yesterday, um, they finally, HP Tuners finally said, you know what, man, let us remotely access your computer, and we'll try to do, things from there. So he did. In the end, he winds up telling me, you know what, I want to test this. I want to call this in for testing. So now I sent it in yesterday. So I get back to y'all as the results of that. So, but now I still do have the SCT, but I don't know, like, my tuner is, I guess he's doing the best he can, and then it's taking me forever to get back to him because in between time I keep like breaking stuff, and I have to wait a while before I get back to him again. Oh, and now it's freezing cold because it's winter time. So you guys let me know, like, also this is a question for you guys. Let me know. Tuning, like, with it being cold like this, is it affecting my tuning? Like, is it harder? Should I just wait for the stop, put this all on hold until the weather breaks, and then once the weather break, get back into it? Like, let me know which is gonna be easier. Or, like I said, once I get the HP tuner back from them, like I said, I sent that in yesterday. Once I get that back from them, hopefully it'll be fixed and everything. Then I can actually data log and send that in to my tuner, because I think he's a beast, man. I just got a feeling, like I can feel it. I'm such a just to let y'all know, like, this Mopar thing, that's my life, man. That's all I do now. Just watch Motor Trend racing, stuff like that. That is it. Oh, thanks to the Motor Trend channel, actually, and because that's how I started watching Outlaws and all that stuff. And like I said, I credit everything that I'm doing right now to that channel. For real, just me getting out there and trying to do this stuff myself, all that. I'm gonna keep filling y'all in on what's happening. I'm gonna try to keep this thing up under 30 minutes, but I know it was a long time me just standing here talking to y'all, but I will give y'all this. Let's start her up. I just put a load of the tune on. I want to see how she acts. So it's learning. This is how she runs. All right, y'all. Peace.